Alright, so you should be able to do these by yourself. I'm going to do the first one of each of these problems so that you have, in case you're still a little bit confused, maybe doing the first one will help you not be so confused. So here we want you to write it by multiplying each digit by its place value. So first we've got to start with the 7. We're going to start from left to right, okay? And you're going to ask yourself, well, what place value is a 7 in? So you just parentheses 7 times, what's its place value? Ones times hundreds. Ones times hundreds. What place value is it? 100 what? 100 million, 100,000, 100 units. Well, this is 100 units, so this has to be what? Thousands. Comma, 100,000 plus 1, parentheses 1 times 10,000, comma after every 3 numbers, right? Plus, parentheses 9 times 1,000, because it's the 9s and the thousands place value, plus 3 times 100, plus 4 times 10, plus 3 times 1. Okay? That's how you do that. Knowing your place values and the headings of those place values is very important to do this math proof. Understanding that. If you don't understand that yet, go back to the video on page 2, where I give a brief explanation of the place value term. Now I'm going to do the next one. Here it says, write each number in expanded notation by multiplying each digit by its place value using exponents. So what's the first number? What's the 9? Well, it's 1s, 10s, hundreds. That's for units. 1s, 10s, hundreds. That's for thousands. And then this is 1 for millions. That's 9 million. Right? 9 million. So we're going to do 9 times 10. And how many zeros does a million have? So count. If it was 9 million, these would be the zeros. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to the 6th power. Plus 200,000. If these were zeros, how many zeros would the 100,000 have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zeros. So 2 times 10 to the 5th power. And then nothing for the 10,000th place, but we have 9 times, how many zeros does 1,000 have? 3, so it's going to be 10 to the 3rd power. Plus, how many zeros does 100 have? 2, so it's going to be 9 times 10 to the 2nd power. And how many zeros does 10 have? 1, so it's going to be 9 times 10. Remember I told you when it's the 1 exponent, you don't have to write it? Normally you wouldn't write it, and then plus. And how many zeros does the 1s have? Nothing, so it's going to be just 8 times 1, like that. Okay? And that's how you do all of these. So if you can do the first one, you should be able to do the rest. Okay, by now you should be able to read this here and it be true. I am confident I can write numbers in several different ways. Okay, you should be able to read that, and it should be true for you because you already know how to write numbers in standard notation. You know how to write numbers in 3 different ways of writing numbers in expanded notation. So you should be able to feel pretty confident about yourself that you can write numbers, the same numbers, in different ways. So here it says, write each of the numbers using exponents. Okay, well that's fun. Because here, how many times is 5 used as a factor? 5 is your base, right? 5 is your base. And then how many times is it used as a factor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So that's your exponent, 7, because the exponent tells you how many times the base is used as a factor. Here, how many times is 7 used as a factor? Once, but you're not going to write it. So you're not going to write the 1 because you don't normally write it. And then we have 10 used as a factor. How many times? 3 times. That's how you write that. Now, how many times? Oh. Yeah. Okay, I'm right. Okay, how many times is the 16 used as a factor? Once. So I put 16 times. And how many times is 10 used as a factor? 4 times, so 10 to the 4th. How many times is 25 used as a factor? Once. Times 10. And how many zeros is that? 6 times 10 to the 6th power. You see that? Alright. Are we clear? See, 25 is using a factor. Oh, you know what? You know what? Yeah. We'll leave it like that. I'm not sure if that's how they want you to do it. But you should check the score key. Pretty sure that's how they want you to do it. I don't know how else you could do it. I mean, there's another way. You could do it like this. You could write 1.6 times 10 to the 5th power, but I don't think they haven't showed you that way. So I don't think they would want you to write it like that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. Do it and then check your score key. And then write a comment if I was wrong. Okay, on the YouTube, where the comment section, say, Pastor Eli, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong. Alright? I don't mind. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm right 99% of the time, but there's always that 1% of the time that I do make a mistake. So you can go ahead and feel free to write a comment if I didn't do this right. Alright. Write a video response if you want. If you don't like to write, maybe you could do a video response. I don't mind. I enabled it. My video responses are enabled. When I set up YouTube, I enabled them. Because I don't mind if you do a video response. I'm doing video. You can do video. Alright. Next one. Write each of the numbers in expanded notation. That's easy. You know that the base is 2 for number 18. You know that the base is 2. And you know that the exponent tells you how many times the base is going to be used as a factor. So if the base is 2, that means you're going to use, and the exponent is 5, that means you're going to use the base 2 as a factor 5 times. Alright, it's not rocket science, dude. This is really easy. Okay. So here, it says, right, each of these numbers are expanded notation. Okay, anyways. So here you got 5 times, because 5 is the base, so and the exponent says how many times the base is going to use as a factor. You write 5 times 5 times 5. Okay? Like I said, it's not rocket science. Alright. Now this one might be rocket science. Oh, no. This is easy. But they say expanded notation, not standard notation. I guess we could do this. 4 times 1 with 6 zeros after it. Right? 1 more 0. And so that would be expanded notation. This is expanded notation too. But if they, think about it. We got to use common sense to figure out what they're saying. If there's 3 ways of writing something in expanded notation, and they've already used one of them, right? Maybe they want us to use the other way. Don't you think? There's another way we could do this in expanded notation. No. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be 9 times 1 with 2 zeros after it. That's all you could do. I mean, you could write it the other way, right? But that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to do it the other way. Try to do it the other way. Like doing 6 million parentheses plus what? Or not even parentheses, just plus what? All the rest are zeros, so it's plus nothing. So they don't want you to write it in that way, expanded notation. They don't want it, you can't write it like that. Right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to Nita. She explains it to you. She tells you the 3 different ways of writing expanded notation. Go back to page 9, I think, or 8. And you'll know what I'm talking about, because there's 3 ways. Here they're writing it this way. The other way is, go back and find out. And then the third way is how I'm doing it. But with these, doing it the other way that I'm talking about doesn't make sense. So we have to do it the third way, which is the way I'm doing it right now. Or the second way, whatever. You know what I mean. So 6 times 1 with how many zeros after it? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And every 3 numbers, comma, we put every 3 numbers we put a comma. Yeah. Alright. Okay. I get confused sometimes, alright? Don't judge me. Thank you. Bye.